What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 16 and we start today's episode off looking at our calendar, and we have Southampton here on Tuesday night in the FA Cup round of 16 replay. Then on Thursday night we got Blackpool, then on the weekend we got Ipswich, and then next Tuesday we have got a game against Derby County. So it's a really congested fixture list, and this is exactly what I've been saying all through the season. This is why we need a big squad. So whenever these sort of congested weeks full of fixtures come around, we need to have enough players to compensate for the fitness problems we'll be having inevitably. But anyway, yeah, the first game was against Southampton, and to be honest, I wasn't planning on uploading today. Of course, this will be Christmas for you guys. I wasn't planning on uploading, but then I thought there are some people that don't celebrate Christmas, so I think it's only fair. So if you're one of those people that don't celebrate Christmas, then hopefully this video shows that I'm not just thinking about people that are celebrating this holiday, because I know I have people that are from all religions and non-religions that may not celebrate Christmas, so that's why I decided to upload today. But if you did celebrate Christmas, then hopefully you had a very lovely day with your family or friends if you're with them, and hopefully it was a good day for you. But anyway, the first game of today's episode was against Southampton in the replay, of course, and Gaston Ramirez had the first chance for Southampton. His volley went wide of the post. In the 42nd minute, though, Nathaniel Klein burst through the middle, played the ball through to Osvaldo, and this is a really frustrating goal to concede here. Ramirez did get the goal, but I actually thought it shouldn't have counted, and well, you'll see why anyway. But yeah, Gaston Ramirez celebrates. Southampton take the lead here on the 42nd minute, and as you see here, the shot comes in from, I think it was Rodriguez or maybe Osvaldo, and Ramirez dives in there as Nyland's about to catch the ball, and I'm pretty sure like Nyland's just about to have his gloves on the ball there. I thought he had both hands on the ball, but sadly the referee said that Ramirez got there first, so Southampton had the lead. And in the 49th minute, Luke Shaw then made it 2-0, the highly rated left back there. That was a real shame. Nyland made a good save, and I had one of the fullbacks on the post, I think it was, but sadly he came off it, and it was put into the far corner. So Southampton 2, Millwall 0. It was to be expected, really. In this game we got completely undone by Southampton. We were very lucky to take this game to a replay at St Mary's, and the player that was just on form all through the game was James Ward-Prowse. The young man had an absolutely superb game against us. We could not stop him, and he made it 3-0. He deserved that goal. Southampton 3, Millwall 0, and the game was done. We at the end of the day, we didn't even deserve to be here, because Southampton played better in the first game we played against them. We were lucky to take it to a replay, and quite frankly, in this replay, despite playing a really strong side, I think I only rested one player. We just didn't turn up, and sadly when we did turn up, it was a bit too late, and the shot there was saved by Foster, and then Robertson's header hit the bar, and sadly that was how the game finished. So Southampton 3, Millwall 0, and our FA Cup run is over, which is not a real surprise. I mean, we did well to knock out Crystal Palace 2-0 away at Selhurst Park. We did really well, to be honest, and we did well to get a replay here, but quite frankly Southampton were just way too strong for us, and sadly we didn't turn up, and St Mary's, it's Southampton who triumph, and we are out of the FA Cup, which, as I said, is okay. I mean, I don't mind too much. I didn't expect we were going to go and win the whole thing, and to get to the round of 16 was higher than our expectations. The board wanted us to get to the round of 32. We got to the round of 16, so yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pleased, to be honest. I mean, it was a good little side story, if you will, good little adventure. But it ends here, and we'll have to have a better go next year. Hopefully, we can go one step further and reach the quarterfinals. But anyway, the following game was just 2 days after that, on Thursday night against Blackpool, as they came to the Den here, and as I said, this is just a real congested fixture list at the moment. So many games being played, that means that we do have to make changes, but we did still have a very strong side out for this game. And Blackpool are a very decent side, of course, so it is always going to be a very competitive fixture, but as you'll see by the league table here, the championship table, we are still in second place here, 4 points ahead of Brighton in third and Leicester in fourth, and we do also have a game in hand, so winning this game would be really good for us as we try and push ourselves away from those teams in the playoffs. But as I said, Blackpool have a very strong side, with a player that I'll definitely be thinking about picking up next season in Tom Ince. But it was Blackpool here who gave the ball away, and we had the first chance in the 10th minute. It was Nicky Bailey who played a great through ball to James Henry. Henry struck it, but sadly Matt Gilks made a good save, and it was still 0-0 in the first 20 minutes. But in the 45th minute, Tom Ince, was it with a free kick, or maybe not, I'm not sure, but it was a good free kick. It wasn't Ince, it was Ferguson maybe, I'm not sure. sure. Anyway, it was a good free kick, but it went wide of the post, so still 0-0. But in the 71st minute, a great chance for Blackpool. Was it Basham going forward there? I hate the fact that it's so hard to find out the players' names on this FIFA. Even when it's in the bottom left or the bottom right, it seems to go by really quickly. But yeah, it finished 0-0. It was a really sort of a stalemate of the game. You know, neither side really had any clear-cut chances. You know, 1 or 2 for either side, but that was at the most. And in reality, it deserved to be a 0-0 draw. It was a poor game. The ball kind of just got stuck in the middle of the park, really, and I couldn't seem to get hold of the game. And that's why it finished 0-0. And we also saw, well, we didn't see it, but Paul Robinson got an injury in that game. He's going to be out for 3 weeks. So our captain is out for 3 weeks. It's not too bad. We've still got enough players there. You know, we've got Ake, and obviously Beavers is the first choice centre back with him. So it'll be Beavers and Ake, and then we'll have Osborne on the bench. So we don't really need to worry about it too much. We don't need to recall Danny Shutter. We're fine. But Andy Keogh then came to us and said he's not happy because he's one of the best players in the team, and he's not getting in the team enough. And I was like, you know, come on, man, that's way too much. That's a bit too overconfident, really, and a bit too cocky. But anyway, he did get in the team for this game against Ipswich, and we were away at Portman Road. And this is what I was talking about. Look at the fitness problems here. So many first team players in the resis because we just couldn't afford to play them, because otherwise they'd just get completely tired out and you know, pull some muscles and get injured for the foreseeable few weeks. But yeah, we had to rest quite a few players for this game, so I wasn't really fancying my chances away at Ipswich. You know, with a weakened side, it's not really going to be an easy game for us either. It's a weakened side as well, and that's just going to further add to our add to Ipswich's chances of winning, really, because they're not a bad side, Ipswich. And to be honest, with a weakened side, they'd definitely be lifted by the fact we've rested quite a few first team players. But yeah, we did take on Ipswich for this game, and we are still in second place despite only managing a point against Blackpool. But the first chance of the game came here in the 11th minute. It was Nyland who gets onto the ball here, our goalkeeper, and as per usual, we play out from the back. The ball comes to Scott Malone. Scott Malone finds Lee Martin. Martin fake shots past his man. Back heels the ball to Malone, who's down the left hand side. It's a heavy first touch by our left back, but he crosses the ball into the centre. It's Ngui goes for the header. Brilliant save by Scott Loach. But then how about this? The ball falls to Andy Keogh, and Keogh puts the ball into the back of the net. Really good finish, as he was, you know, facing the other way, really. Puts the ball into the top corner on a half volley. And I went to watch the replays because I was so surprised how soft the shot was, and it still managed to go into the back of the net. And I looked at the replays and I realised it's because Scott Loach, the goalkeeper, just fell over. Andy Keogh had the simplest of finishes because, as you see, Loach just falls backwards for no reason. And, you know, Ngu was on the floor, and so was one of the Ipswich defenders, but he doesn't look like he gets tripped up or anything. He just falls backwards. And the Ipswich defender that was on the line couldn't head it away. Keogh chips the ball over him, and it goes into the top corner. So it was a great finish by Keogh, no doubt about it, but it was so funny how Loach just seemed to fall over there. So it's Ipswich 0, Millwall 1, but he see Loach make up for it with a nice double save there. The first one was a cross, really, but he had to tip it away, and then Abdu's shot was tipped over the bar, so still 1-0. But on the stroke of the half an hour mark, Lee Martin gets on the ball and strikes it from an absolute mile out. What a fantastic goal that would be. It hit the bar, then it came to Keogh, who chipped Loach, and it hit the bar again. So twice the ball hits the woodwork, then the ball comes to Ngu, and what a save by Scott Loach that is. That was a superb stop by Loach, it really was. It was a wonderful strike by Martin from a mile out, hit the bar. Keogh chipped him, hit the bar, but to deny Ngu from that tight of an angle, well, it wasn't, you know, that tight of an angle, but it was still a wonderful save by Scott Loach. Anyway, it was still Ipswich 0, Millwall 1. But in the 34th minute, the ball comes to Nathan Ake here. He finds Andy Keogh, and how about this for just wonderful passing? You know, one touch. Don't even need to take a touch. Just simple passes, really. And the ball comes to Lee Martin down the left-hand side, and it's a good finish by Lee Martin. And of course, he doesn't celebrate against his former club. So it was a really nice finish that after some nice passing. And that's something. Although I do like, you know, nice team goals every now and then, I don't usually pass the ball as quickly as that. You know, from one side of the pitch to the other. And that was a really nice goal as well, and the finish was fantastic by Martin as well. Of course, he's a right-footed player on the left side, but that was a wonderful finish into the top corner. No chance for Scott Loach there. He didn't fall backwards, but he still had no chance. And it's Ipswich 0, Millwall 2. But how about this for an embarrassing piece of defending by me? 38th minute, I tried to fake shot the ball with Scott Malone, and I ended up passing it straight into the path of the Ipswich player. I think it was Ryan Tunnicliffe. I didn't mean to pass that ball. I tried to fake shot it and sort of just do a simple turn out wide, but instead I passed it into his path, and it was a simple finish. So Ipswich back in the game here, but Nyland makes a really good save here. And the ball goes out for another corner, which Tab swings into the box, and Scoose with another good header, and again it's Nyland who pulls off the save. So still Ipswich 1, Millwall 2 heroes, keeping us in the game and keeping us in the lead. And once again the corner is crossed in. This time the header is made and it hits the bar, and we just about managed to get the ball away. So it's still 2-1 here, but Ipswich were growing in confidence. They were sensing our weakness at the back and trying to get themselves an equalising goal. But in the 77th minute we went on the counter attack. Michael and Gu chips the ball over to Andy Keogh. He's already got one goal here. It's Keogh 3-1-on-1. I tried to round Scott Loach. I didn't really do it very well. His chip shot was well saved, and then I thought I should have been given a penalty there. Keogh seemed to get taken out by the defender as he went to get the ball from the rebound, but sadly the referee didn't see it that way. It was still 2-1, but Ipswich's last chance came from a corner in injury time, which they headed wide the post. It was a terrible header really, and went wide the post. So we did finish Ipswich 1, Millwall 2, so very glad to get back to winning, of course, after 2 games there which we failed to win, and I was very pleased to get the win. It was a very tough game as well, you know. Of course we did have quite a few subs playing in that game, quite a few resis, but I was very pleased to get the win, and I was very happy to get the 3 points there. But anyway, we saw this news article here, and it says expectations high for Perdermo debut. Fans of Derby County have even more reason to look forward to today's match, as it is rumoured that their new acquisition could make his debut. Gail Perdermo arrived from Millwall for a fee rumoured to be around £375,000 and is considered to be the biggest addition to the team so far. And I was like, no, he didn't. He didn't sign for Derby. He signed on loan for Derby, and that 375,000 figure has just been made up. That's just ridiculous. That's lazy That's not even journalism. That's just that's the worst news article I've ever read in my entire life. That's Daily Mail standard. That's just rubbish. And I have no idea how on earth. I mean, like, where have they got that figure from? £375,000. He's on loan there. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I don't mean to always just, you know, criticise EA, but there's so many things in the game, and especially in career mode, where I sit there and think, why did they do that? You know, why didn't they just pay a single bit of attention in the beta testing? Or beta testing or whatever. It's ridiculous, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, we did take on Derby, and surprisingly Perdermo didn't play in this game. And in the 11th minute we had the first chance of the game. James Henry was down the right hand side. Henry gets past Keogh with a lovely step over here, gets onto his left foot, and he ends up putting the ball past the goalkeeper with the outside of his right foot actually. Really good finish, and maybe Perdermo should have started in this game for Derby. But yeah, it's Millwall 1, Derby 0, 12 minutes on the clock, and a really good start for us. And in the 45th minute here, a great chance for Derby to hit back. It's Hamad down the right hand side. What a superb challenge by Nathan Ake. Got to be honest, I'm already thinking about signing Nathan Ake on a permanent deal for next season. He's been incredible. And from that, we go on the counter attack. The ball gets played through to Berahino on loan from West Bromwich Albion, and it's a really good finish by the young man. He was off balance there as well. It was a really good finish, nice composure. Puts the ball into the back of the net on the stroke of half time to get his first goal in a Millwall shirt. It's Millwall 2, Derby County 0, and we are surely on course for another 3 points here. In the 53rd minute, though, a great chance for Derby to hit back. Ward's onto the ball, and how about this for a finish? No chance for Nyland. He's an outstanding goalkeeper, but he's never going to get to that one. Brilliant strike into the top corner. Millwall 2, Derby 1. They're back in the game here. And what a way to get back into the game as well, with a fantastic strike. So Millwall 2, Derby 1, but a few minutes after that, Derby are through again here. It's Hamad onto the ball, plays it out wide, but we fail to get the ball away. It comes to Martin, who shoots, and it's a really good save by Nyland. So a good stop there, and it's still Millwall 2, Derby 1, but from the corner, it's eventually crossed into the box by Hamad. The header is made, but it's cleared off the line by Michel Weiser acrobatically. I've said he's a bit of a liability when it comes to defending, but he was proving me wrong there. What a fantastic clearance off the line. So still Millwall 2, Derby 1. Derby are really threatening for that equalising goal there. They played really well in this game, and they were deserving of a point, and they had a great chance to get that point in the last minute. The cross comes in, but what a superb header by Nathan Ake. Looked as though it was going to be a free header into the 6-yard box there, but Ake heads the ball over his own crossbar, keeps the score at Millwall 2, Derby 1. And the last chance did fall to Derby in injury time here. It's Ward, the goal scorer, who's onto the ball, chips it over the top. Real good chance for the equalising goal, and the shot hits the post from the one-on-one. What a chance for Derby to get themselves a point, but thankfully they didn't. They missed the opportunities, and we cash in and collect all 3 points. So I was very pleased to get back 2 wins out of 2 there. That made me very happy indeed. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave likes, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And yeah, I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.
I'll leave you with the full match highlights, and until next